What's up, everybody? Zach Brunner here from Flurry Sports, and today we're talking about my Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie rankings for wide receivers. Unlike the quarterback and running back rankings that we did earlier this week, we're trying things a little bit different today. As you can see, the video is a lot shorter, so it's a little bit different of a template. Let me know if you like this more or less. Go back and watch those other ones. Watch this one. Give it a like, please. And let me know if you like the longer ones or the shorter ones. Also, my full Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie rankings are in the description below. It'll take you over to Flurry Sports where you can read all of them. So yes, today we're talking about the wide receiver rookie rankings, and my rankings for wide receivers speaks for itself. Last season, in the Fantasy Pros expert consensus, I was 6th overall in all the rankings, but I was 5th in wide receivers. Today, we're going to help you with wide receivers yet again, and let's just jump straight into it. My number one wide receiver in the Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie rankings is not really a surprise at all. It is Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. He was drafted to the Carolina Panthers at number 8 overall. Since coming back from being benched, Bryce Young has actually looked like a completely different player for the Panthers. He looked confident, under control. He even helped to create some big wide receiver weeks. And Carolina seems to have found a solid slot receiver in Coker. Now McMillan will be that featured receiver on the outside. He's big, he's athletic, he's smooth in his movements, he attacks the ball. Motivation definitely seems like it could be a question for him. It's a red flag, but skill is not. There's no doubt about that. And the fact that he is the guy that Bryce Young wanted on his team, that's a big deal. He vouched for him. He asked the Panthers to draft him. They worked out, I believe, pre-draft as well. This has the potential to be an outstanding duo in the NFC South for a long time, a decade plus. As of now, I'm not really afraid of the defenses in the NFC South, obviously. And that is a big reason why McMillan is my wide receiver 1 for Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie rankings. My number 2 Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie wide receiver is going to be Travis Hunter, obviously drafted 2nd overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars out of Colorado during that big draft day trade that saw them go all the way up to number 2. Now, with all of this being said, Travis Hunter is my number 2 in a normal Dynasty Fantasy Football league. However, he does have that cross-positional flexibility. He can play at DB and at wide receiver. So if you have an IDP league, he actually, at least on Sleeper Fantasy, I've been told this for sure, he gains points for wide receiver and what he does on defense, no matter which position you put him at. So if you put him at DB, he'll get wide receiver stats. If you put him at wide receiver, he's going to get tackles and stuff like that as well. So if you do play in an IDP Dynasty league like myself, he is my number 1 wide receiver, and he might be my number 2 player overall. But for this today, we're talking a regular Dynasty league, regular Dynasty Fantasy Football rookie wide receiver rankings. So Travis Hunter is number 2. Let's talk about him a little bit more, though. Now, obviously, having points from both sides of the ball speaks for itself, but let's talk about him purely for his wide receiver value right now. For starters, it sounds like he is a wide receiver who will play a little corner other than the other way around. And given the new head coach, that's not really surprising at all. He will likely concentrate most of this season's prep on the offensive side of the ball, which is exciting because there's a ton of raw talent that Hunter can improve upon offensively. Expect him to line up in the slot more often than not. Jacksonville will look to create some natural space for him, getting Hunter the ball in space, and then Brian Thomas will draw coverage away from him as well. Hunter and the Jacksonville offense could thrive this season and beyond. Love Hunter just from a wide receiver standpoint. And then if you're in a league where you get IDP points as well, I mean, that's just gravy. My number 3 Dynasty Fantasy Football wide receiver rookie is going to be Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. He ended up getting drafted 19th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. While many were disappointed to see Egbuka land on an offense with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, there's no doubt that the future is bright for him. In terms of this season, it sounds like Godwin should be ready at the start of the season, maybe even week 1. However, Egbuka is super talented. He can play every single wide receiver position. He's also thrived playing alongside other extremely talented people, and he's willing to thrive in a specific role. Mike Evans is going to turn 32 before the season starts. Chris Godwin had yet another season-ending injury, so Egbuka can fill in for either of them if either miss any time this year. And he will also play a large role when either of them retires, misses a long period of time, etc. So he's a super valuable player. I think the future sets up perfectly for him. And if and when his role grows, I think he's going to thrive in that increased role. I love him as my wide receiver 3 for Dynasty Fantasy Football Rookie rankings here. My number 4 wide receiver in the Dynasty Fantasy Football Rookie rankings is Tre Harris out of Ole Miss. He's actually a second-round pick, drafted 55th overall to the Los Angeles Chargers, but obviously the role that he slides into seemingly immediately bodes pretty well for his future. Harris is a big, explosive wide receiver who can play well on the outside, which complements Ladd McConkey awesomely in the slot. While the Chargers do have Quentin Johnston and they re-signed Mike Williams, neither appear to be much of a threat to Harris past the midpoint of the season, if not before. Harris is experienced and he can break plays wide open from anywhere on the field. He's likely to thrive as a big play threat in this offense, though. While this can lead to some inconsistency, he's talented enough to earn an every week role in a hurry. My number 5 rookie wide receiver for Dynasty Fantasy Football rankings this season is going to be Matthew Golden out of Texas. He was drafted in the first round of the Green Bay Packers, number 23 overall. First wide receiver in a long time, so the pressure is high for him to be performing pretty quickly, I think. There's always a disconnect between the Green Bay front office and the coaching staff, so now the responsibility is on LaFleur to insert Golden into this offense. He can play every wide receiver spot probably, though he's definitely best in the slot. Of course, that's where Jaden Reed plays, so Golden will be most likely playing outside receiver more often than not. The Packers desperately needed someone who could beat man coverage, and it's pretty clear that Golden has the speed to do that. However, Jordan Love already underthrows deep balls to Romeo Doubs, so my confidence in consistent deep connections with Golden isn't the most high. The Packers have also shown an inability to develop wide receivers during this LaFleur era, and Golden definitely has room for improvement here. So clearly he's kind of a volatile Dynasty Fantasy Football Rookie wide receiver at number 5. While he could become great eventually, he also could be an inconsistent decoy, which is basically what we saw from Jaden Reed last year. However, high risk, high reward. I think I'm shooting for potential here at my wide receiver 5. So those are my 5 Dynasty Fantasy Football Rookie wide receivers. Again, in the description below, we got the link to the full rankings, not just wide receivers, so you can see how the rest of them shake out. A little iffy on number 5. I think 5 and 6 could be flipped for me personally. I do need to give that a little bit more thought, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, let me know if you like the shorter or the longer content a little bit better in terms of how we do these rankings here. We're not going to do a Dynasty Rookie Tight Ends ranking video because I think they're kind of straightforward, but if you have any questions, if you want to know any sleepers, also put that in the comments below and I will definitely let you know because I have thoughts. I do have thoughts, but I think that is served for a different day. But I am Zach Brunner. Definitely check out all the links in the description below, and I'll see you soon. See ya.